In this video here, we're going to talk about the quality of your life and what exactly determines the quality of your life, because a lot of people have misconceptions about this topic as to what it is exactly that determines the quality of your life. And a lot of people think it's like external shit. It's like if I had, this house or this car, that's what's going to determine the quality of my life. It is absolutely not true. So this is another DWD video, Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny. So I'm going to jump right into it here. So what is it that determines the quality of your life? Four main things here. First one is perception. So everyone can see things in multiple ways. So for example, I can look outside and see the rain and truthfully believe that it's relaxing and it's beautiful and I love the noise of it. Or I can look outside and see the rain and get angry from that because it's raining outside and I'm gonna get wet if I go outside, and oh, what a shit day outside, okay? So there's two different perceptions of the same exact thing. The same exact thing is happening. It's raining outside. One person sees it one way, the other person sees it the other way. And there's so many different examples of perception. Why are some people in America or Canada unhappier, let's say guys with, let's say, millions of dollars, unhappier than maybe some children in Costa Rica that are missing a leg, okay? And this is true. There are people that are unhappier than in these kind of scenarios. How is that even possible? How can you explain that? So the only explanation is perception. And there was a guy actually at this Tony Robbins seminar. It was like, this guy was like a stud, like great looking guy, and he lost an entire leg though. Like he had a fake leg, and he was walking. I don't know, it hit me hard. Like the guy was so happy, like it was insane how happy this guy was. There was also another guy who was like in a wheelchair. He literally had no arms and no legs. And the guy was like, they did like a little mini interview with him, and he was just like, yeah, I'm just happy to be alive. He's like, I can eat food and like relax and like watch TV. Like he's just like, anything he's grateful for just literally breathing. And some people have everything, a fully functioning body with arms and legs and stuff, and we still can't be happy because we're perceiving and we're seeing only the negative shit. So this is a huge determiner in the quality of your life, is your perception. And what you kind of feed your mind with. What's on the forefront of your mind? Are you leading with gratitude, or are you just seeing all the bullshit in life and all the negativity in life, and kind of neglecting all the things that you should be grateful for, like the simplest fucking things? Your eyes, you can see things. It's like the coolest thing in the fucking world. Your legs, your arms, like all these things that we take for granted. And they're so much more important than you think, because some people don't have them. It's really that simple. And it's something to really think about. Meaning is the second thing I wrote here. So Tony Robbins' entire fucking seminar, he's like, at the beginning, he's like, it's called Date with Destiny, but it could be called, I forget exactly how he quoted it. Something along the lines of the meaning you give things, or something like that. Not exactly that, but he was just saying like, that's how important meaning is. So what do I mean by meaning? So it's the meaning you give things. For example, he gives an example, I think, about this guy, and the guy's father was an alcoholic and a druggie, okay? Two guys, okay, two brothers. So both the brothers were interviewed later on in life. Their father was a drug addict and an alcoholic, massive drug addict and an alcoholic. One of the guys ended up in prison. I got a life sentence for something, I forgot what it was. And the other guy went on to start a successful business and was just a huge success in life. And the brothers were interviewed. And the guy in prison was just like, well, my dad was an alcoholic and a druggie. Like, what the fuck did you expect? Like, what did you expect for me to be, right? And then when they interviewed the other guy, the successful guy, they asked him, like what's the deal? Like, what's your secret behind your success? He's like, I saw what my father did and all the ways he fucked up in life. And I learned from that, and I realized that I'm going to go the complete opposite path of that. So both of them, same exact thing. They had the same father. Same father. One saw it one way, gave it a different meaning, like, my father is a druggie, alcohol, that means that I'm going to be a fucking druggie, alcohol. The other guy gave it a different meaning. He says, my dad's a fuck up. I'm going to do everything to not be like him. I'm going to do everything in my power to not be like him and push myself out of this circumstance. So the same events can happen, okay? Let me give you another example. Let's say you lose, like, let's say you're in a basketball team and you lose at the finals, okay? What is the meaning you give it, okay? So one person might give it the meaning of, that's it, we're fucking failures, we fucked up. That's it. That's the meaning. We fucking suck. We lost. The other person right next to him might be more inspired and be like, this is now my challenge. I'm going to work so hard this offseason to make sure that we're going to be at the top next year. So one person uses it as fuel. That's the meaning he gave the loss of that game. He says, we lost this game, so this means we need to work harder and come back stronger, okay? That's the meaning one person gives it. The next person says, this means we fucking suck, we might as well just quit. We're done. Throw in the fucking towel, okay? Same exact thing happened. They both lost the basketball game. One person gave it a different meaning, a more positive, empowering meaning. The other person gave it a defeated, bullshit, disempowering meaning. So this is a really, really important component. Obviously, I'm being super short with this. Tony talks about this a fuck ton in the seminar. So next thing is your emotions. The quality of the emotions you feel on a daily basis makes up the quality of your life. So ask yourself this question, like, on a daily basis, I mean, some days are going to be bad. You're not going to always feel fucking amazing every single day. But on average, what is the quality of your emotions? Like, what emotions do you feel the most of on a daily basis? If you think about the last few months, like every day, what emotions continuously come up? And your emotions are the quality of your life. Everything else in the external world is kind of dictating our emotions. But the way you feel is more important than literally anything, right? If you really think about it, if you really just kind of cut loose through everything, the way you feel every single day, on average, your quality of your emotions is literally the quality of your life. So what can you do about that? If you're like for me, the most overpowering emotion is gratitude, because I always keep it in the forefront of my mind. I don't care what happens. I'm always thinking, I am so fucking grateful just to even be born in America, living in Canada, and just having this lifestyle. Like, I'm just so grateful for just my body, just like being in control of, you know, doing whatever I want, eating food that I love, like all those, the small things, just having a glass of water, anything it is. And that's the overpowering emotion that I have. And that's not to say that I'm grateful 24 hours a day. I have shitty days too. I have shitty hours. I just don't really have shitty like weeks that go by. Like, I don't let myself get into that trend of like just bullshitness, to be honest. Because if something's going bad in my life, whatever it may be, I just come back to gratitude, to be honest. And if you always come back to gratitude, or it doesn't have to be gratitude for you, or just some kind of positive emotion, just to remind yourself, like, come back to this. Remember this, right? Because sometimes when things are going wrong, we can't see out of it. We have such tunnel vision. We're like looking and we can't really see out of the negativity. We're just like fuck, everything's fucked up. But not everything's fucked up. The only thing that's fucked up is your perception in that moment, which is causing your negative emotions. So that's really important. You can rewind and hear that part again. It is your perception in that moment, in that like little window, whether the little window is 1 hour or a week or 2 weeks, whatever it is that you're feeling that those negative emotions. Some people will be longer or shorter, like, you know, maybe even 30 minutes before you kind of come back. It's you have a slight change in perception during that time where things change. You're perceiving things differently now, and you have to realize what that is and kind of come back to your center and remind yourself it's never as bad as it seems. I always say that. It's never as bad as it seems, and it's also never as great as it seems. It's always amazing. So it's always really good, but in life we go through this roller coaster of emotions where sometimes we're seeing things worse than they are, and then sometimes we're seeing things way better than they are. And almost always they're right in the middle. It's just in the short term, we always have these slight changes in perception. We go up and down based on what's going on. And it's really like a good skill to build, to realize when you're up here that you're really here. You're just perceiving things a little bit different because something went right. And you're just like, you know, bring yourself down a little bit. You're just like, okay, yeah, that was great, but let me not get carried away with this. And when you're down here, you're like, this is bad, but is it really that fucking bad? Seriously, like, am I dying? Am I dying? Is somebody else dying that I care about? Am I like, you know, am I ill? Do I have cancer? Then it's not that bad, okay? Come back to your center. Don't let yourself fall too low. Let yourself go up, but then realize that you're not going to stay up here. It's just not going to happen. You have to be realistic. You're always going to be somewhere like in this middle, but you want this middle area to be kind of high, okay? You want it to be high. Like, you want it to be like a 10 out of 10, okay? Your middle ground should be a 10 out of 10, and then sometimes you go to 15 out of 10 when something really good happens in your life, and then sometimes you'll drop to 2 out of 10 when something bad's happening, but then like recovering from 2 out of 10 emotions to 10 out of 10 emotions in a quick kind of way is really a skill that I think anyone can build just by feeding your mind with the emotions you want to feel and reminding yourself when things go rough of the things that you are grateful for. Like, I bet while you guys are watching this video, you're probably feeling good because I'm reminding you of your fucking arms and your legs that you forget that you have some days. Like, some days we're just like, oh yeah, we have arms and legs, who cares? You just take it for granted. Some people don't fucking have it, you know. Or you live in America or Canada where you're not working, you know, for $1 a day or whatever the hell some people work for. Some people working for coins every day, the whole day, right? And some people don't even have access to water. Like, I heard, you know, in some countries they have to, you know, walk miles just to grab a glass of water. Like, we take it for granted just to open the sink and just pour some water, or go to the store, grab a bottle of water, and like just nothing's going on. Like, we forget about all these things. So always keeping these kind of small things, and they're not small. That's the thing. Is like, they're not fucking small. We just take it for granted and we forget about them. They're not small at all. So keeping these things in your mind during rough times will bring you back to where you need to be, and always kind of reminding yourself of that. Come back to this video if you need to. Come back to this video, like when you're feeling shit, come back to this video, or come back to the, go watch the RAIN video that I made, the acronym RAIN, for how to get rid of any negative feeling. Just come back to these videos. I promise you, you're gonna feel better. Like, I guarantee it. Last one here before I wrap up. In addition to your emotions, I don't know if you guys can actually read that. The quality of your life is also the uncertainty you can live with. So what does that exactly mean? The uncertainty you can live with. It means like, if you can't be sure of things in life. You're gonna, like, everyone's gonna die at some point. You have no fucking idea when you're gonna die, okay? You have no clue. You don't know like almost anything in life. Like everything is uncertain. And if you're trying to control too many aspects of your life, you're gonna make yourself miserable. We got another DWD video coming just on that topic about control and these rules we make in our own mind that I want to delve into, and I'll be making that video at some point as well. So that's a really important topic as well. Like, it's really important to let yourself be okay and more comfortable with being uncertain, because if we really peel back all the layers, everything in life is uncertain. Literally fucking everything is uncertain. You can't, like, if we try to control too many aspects of our life, we're just like, and especially like specifically things that we actually can't control, that's what kind of drives us crazy inside of our own minds. So we got to learn to kind of let go and be okay with a little bit of chaos in our lives. Like, it's okay to be uncomfortable. Some people are running and trying to be so comfortable when you're not going to grow in comfort. You need that uncomfortableness in your life. And not only do you need the uncomfortableness, you need to be okay with being uncomfortable. You need to be uncomfortable and be like, yeah, that's totally fine. I'm good with that. I don't care. Okay? Where you're just not 100% sure about things. And if you let go of that need to be 100% sure about everything, like this has to be this and this has to be that, let go of that need, and immediately you're going to start to feel a little bit better. I mean, as you're starting to get used to uncomfortableness, like the more you make yourself uncomfortable, the more you're going to get used to that. And then as you get used to being uncomfortable, that's going to raise the quality of your life, because otherwise, like if you're very comfortable, the problem with being very comfortable is that any little thing happens, it's gonna drive you crazy. The littlest things are gonna make you uncomfortable, uneasy, anxious. The smallest things are gonna do that to you. And when that's happening, you can't. It's hard to live a high quality of life when you're kind of like hiding and avoiding shit in your life. When you're just like, that thing makes me uncomfortable. Let me avoid that. That thing makes you uncomfortable. You're not really living anymore. Like Drake says in one of his songs, which I love, he says, everybody dies, but not everybody lives. And if you're always hiding from shit, you're really not truly living. And you're going to feel uncomfortable and anxious in many, 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 many scenarios. But when you go head first and embrace uncomfortable living, what's going to happen is you're going to be comfortable in all kinds of scenarios. You're going to build your self-confidence. And God, I have this video coming up about self-esteem and self-confidence. It's going to be, it might be one of my favorite videos that I've ever done. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, I'll wrap it up right here. I've been ranting a little bit too long. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts about anything. Also, let me know if you guys made it this far. I mean, 18 minutes. This is pretty long. Don't give me a fuck yes. Give me just a yes. Y-A-S. Give me just a yes if you made it this far, okay? Just a yes. And just so I know who the hell made it this far. And shoot a comment. Let's discuss and talk about these topics. Like, I'm open to discussion, and we got not plenty more DWD specifically videos. I think I got 2 or 3 more of the DWD, maybe 4. But we got plenty more content coming. I have a list of about 15 ideas that I want to get through right now. And yeah, I got a list of like 15 ideas that I want to create a YouTube video about. A couple of them I'm super excited about sharing with you guys, especially the one on self-esteem and like the self-confidence thing. Like, I am so excited to share that one with you guys, because you know, the first couple of times I heard it, I was just like, God, this is so powerful. And yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.